I showed it to Phil. And first I showed it to, 3 days of it, I showed it to Eric. Eric got angry. He says, you're supposed to tell me right away. I said, I didn't know how it was happening right away. How am I to know? Finally, I found out, and I told him, and he wrote me up for insubordination. So I told him I needed a doctor, and he walked away. Well, that time I went to Cox, because I needed help. My legs were big time. I got pictures of it. You'll see. I'll put them on camera. My legs were very badly burned, and they gave me some salve over at Cox, etc., workman's comp, and they gave me a slip of paper to give to Positronics to fill out. They refused. And then, after a while, Phil brought me into the office, and he said, you know, you have to go to Cassandra. I says, I will not go back to a place that is so ill-behaved and treated me so badly. I says, I will only go to Cox, and it's a workman's comp case. I've done it here at this place. It's easy to see. And he said, okay. And he said, we'll cover it this time. And then he said, I said, I will never go back to Cassandra. So he says, okay, Positronics will pay for it. It's been, one time it was up to 500 or something like that. And then he said to the safety guy, and he said, do you happen to know anybody over at Cox? And the safety guy looked. He said, no. I said, yeah, wait a second. Yes, I do. Okay. He said, well, I said, I'm going to go back to Cox if I need help. All right. And that was that. I left. And so he put me on light duty. I quit active passivation, and I quit anodizing, and all I did was racking. Of course, by that time, you know, you're racking constantly like this and pushing your thumbs like this, etc. Anyhow, in the meantime, I was racking like crazy. I had racks all over the place for him, Stewart, when he came in at night. Anyhow, so later on, carpal tunnel developed. A couple weeks. And this finger, I couldn't bend any more than this. For 8 months, it was like this. And then this lump on my wrist developed as a result of what happened with the original deal on the wrist. So now I got this lump which is growing and continues to grow and is painful, not just to touch, but when I try to use this thumb to pick up something, it hurts. It bothers me. But it shouldn't be there. It should be addressed and cured. I shouldn't have to continue to watch this damn thing grow. On my carpal tunnel, fortunately, I worked it, and I worked it because I did not want an operation. And I worked it. And now I got it, so if I go like this and bend, my finger will bend naturally like this. But I can force it down, and this is very tight, but at least I can use it, and it doesn't look bad. And other than hurt, it doesn't hurt now, but it was before. It was very painful. But I went through it, and nobody cares. They says, well, you know, you don't have a scar, you don't have this, you don't have that. Anyhow, then I went back to Cox for the carpal tunnel and this, and the doctor, they changed doctors. He came in, he says, oh, okay. And he gave me some medicine. And I never look at antibiotics before anybody gives them to me. And I said, okay, I don't know what. The Lord, I guess it was, made me look at the after effects, well, the possible side effects. And the very first line said, this medicine should never be given to an older person. And the first side effect was a fatal heart attack. The second side effect was a serious stroke. And he wanted me to take this? Then I got the picture. Okay. The Phil and the safety knew somebody else at Cox. Here comes Robert, who they really don't want anymore. And here I am finally objecting to things. And here I go, and they give a doctor to give me a medicine that I should not have at my age, that would give me a heart attack or even a serious stroke. What a way to get rid of an employee. And I'm not saying they tried to murder me, but how would you take it if you were in my shoes? This tape is going all over. CNN, I've talked to them. I have talked on YouTube. I'm going to put this tape everywhere because I want the world to know about Positronics and its habits of treating people and his employees badly. And here, making me wait all this time while this develops, while my eye is... Right now, if I cover my eye, I can't even see the damn camera in front of me. My eye needs attention. This wrist needs attention. I'm tired of waiting. And your racks are illegal. And I think that's what happened. They turned around and fired me. Eric came in, I don't know what we're going to do with these rats. We got to rehang them someplace and change them all over someplace. I don't know where we're going to put them. And 10 days later, after I didn't take the medicine, in between the 10 days before I was fired, and I'll show you the picture, I got another acid burn on my forehead, which turned out to be the size of my thumb. And I covered it up with a round cotton ball. And everybody asked me, I said, no, it's a new hat I'm wearing. Why tell anybody else about it? I got a picture of it. It's all right, you'll take it. I'm going to show you all these pictures. I cannot believe that you do not know. Somebody hasn't told you something. Anyhow, I'm going to take and show you some pictures here. I don't know if you'll be able to see them correctly or not. But this is the racks. And I've sent these. This was, and there was one other time you were having some sort of inspection and Jeff ran into me and said, Robert, he says, if they come in and ask you, please answer it like this. Please answer these questions of this, please. I said, but they never came in. But anyway, this is one rack. Can you see that? This is others. This, other pictures. This is one that almost hit me. A light shade came down and just barely hit me. Here's another with your racks and tanks, and the floors are so uneven. It's a wonder that you don't even trip and fall half the time. And here's another one with your tanks, and the racks hanging over the tanks. And here's another one, pictures of your place, illegal, wrong. They should not even be hanging on that.